I might be caught up in the sadness of the offseason, just like losing the way that they did. I might be, just caught up in the sadness. Okay. So I freely admit that, but there is something about you have to strike when it's your time to win a championship. And I look at the 49ers. I don't think that they're going to be awful next year. I'm not here to say that they're not going to be competitive. They're going to win 11, 12 games and get into the playoffs and all that can happen. They could easily be back in the NFC Championship game. Not easily, but you know what I'm saying. They could be back in the NFC Championship game. It's really difficult, though, when you lose the Super Bowl. There's an emotional toll. There's clearly a financial domino thing that starts to happen where everyone has great years and certain guys want to get paid or they price themselves off your roster. But it's just, and you've heard Debo allude to this. I really hope that the Niners didn't miss out on their Super Bowl window, because I look at certain teams, I think about the Warriors, winning that championship in 2014, 2015. I don't think anything else happens if they don't win that championship. And it's easy to say, you know what I mean? But you got to strike while the iron's hot. It just so happened that San Antonio kind of takes a downfall slightly because they lose some players and LeBron goes to Cleveland. And there's a variety of things that happen, and it kind of just cleared the runway for the Niners. And I'm looking now, and I still think they're at the top of the NFC. But Detroit's going to be a lot better. Philly feels like they're a little more rejuvenated. They're going to have new coordinators. Green Bay's going to be a year older. Who am I omitting? Are the Rams? Do you think the Rams are going to be in the mix? I think the path to the Super Bowl is just going to be a lot more difficult this year than it was last year.
It's always difficult. I mean, you play the AFC East this year with Buffalo, Miami. You have to go out there to the East Coast. Jets and the Patriots come here. Patriots are not going to be good. We'll see about the Jets. They do have a really, really, really good defense, and Robert Saleh coming back to Levi's Stadium. That'll be a family affair there when the Niners take on the Jets at Levi's. You have Kansas City coming to Levi's Stadium. You have the NFC North. Detroit's coming back to Levi's. You have to play the Packers in Green Bay. You have to play Minnesota in Minnesota. You have the Bears, who have a good defense, and they're going to be flying around here, and they got new optimism, and they got two wide receivers who can go, Keenan Allen and DJ Moore. They're going to be good. I do believe the Bears are going to be good next season. They're going to be tough. So, yeah, it's not going to be easy. And usually when a team goes to a Super Bowl, there's that regression automatically here.
The hangover or whatever.
Man, if you have the same offense that average 29 points a game and you bring them back, is that good enough? Is that good enough? Christian McCaffrey did win Offensive Player of the Year. Defensively, I like what they've done with Leonard Floyd.
Okay.
I think Leonard Floyd's better than Chase Young. I think he's better than Cleve Farrell. I think he's better than Randy Gregory. I really do. Leonard Floyd's been a solid pro for a long time, and he doesn't miss games. Malik Collins, the more I read about him, the more I watch and everything about that, hell, the guy looks like a solid trade. A 7th-round pick from Malik Collins feels like a steal.
What about the linebacker? Trey Greenlaw.
Well, they have to fix the linebacker.
That's huge. To me, that's huge.
That is huge. And the Niners have done well when it comes to linebackers.
Undeniable.
They've done well. So as long as Fred's there, I think they'll be able to compliment him, whether it's D. Winters, whether it's Graham, whether it's Drake Greenlaw coming back, whether they draft a linebacker. Then you got the Hufanga and Tig Brown situation where Michael Silver reports that Hufanga's not guaranteed getting his spot back. They're going to have to compete.
Kind of crazy.
Why is it crazy?
Well, it's just Hufanga did make again. He got an award for what was it? I know he was a Pro Bowl.
All-Pro. He was an All-Pro.
He
was an All-Pro in 2022.
I mean, and he wasn't great last year, but I do think that they missed his range. The guy did make a lot of tackles.
Right.
So they're very redundant, though. They're both kind of box safety dudes.
Well, apparently the Niners are interested in Justin Simmons, who got released by the Denver Broncos, was a captain there. You like Simmons. I like Simmons. He's a solid free safety. I like him. They also looked at Rayshawn Jenkins, who visited from the Jacksonville Jaguars. So I do have, look, they're making the right tweaks here. I do believe the Niners will be solid again next season. Now, whether or not they win it is one thing.
Well, no, But
they're going to be in it. They're going to be in it. And I'm starting to feel good. This offseason, because I hear what you said after the Super Bowl. You feel down.
I'm in a malaise.
Samuel.
Yeah.
But you know what about that malaise? It's go time now.
See, I'm going to get a little more out of the malaise when we hit the draft, because I think this draft is humongous for the 49ers. They need to find cheap, good players who can come in and contribute right away.
Yeah, I'm out that malaise now. The offseason just hit, and I see Saquon go to Philly, And I see Brady Graham welcome Saquon Barkley to the NovaCare Center out there in Philadelphia. And I'm sitting here thinking, okay, it's go time.
Is it now called what'd you call it?
Well, it's their practice facility.
I
think it's the NovaCare Center.
I didn't even know that was his name. I thought it was like the KC, the dental office. That's where I thought Novocaine. I was like, what? I'd never heard that.
Let me see. NovaCare Center.
No, that's incredible knowledge.
Well, that's what I do.
I know. I honestly think no one knows all the venues, names, the new names,
the NovaCare Center,
better than you.
I know the old names, new names, no matter.
I would put you up against anyone in the game.
Thank you.
No, I'm dead serious.
Huh? NovaCare Complex. Yeah, NovaCare Complex.
I mean, that's the fact that you even nailed that's pretty impressive.
I've had it back there for years. That's what it is. I'm going to be humble in this one.
It's just I got to see the draft.
I'm just well-rounded.
I got to see the draft before because I don't even know about these linemen. We'll see. I'm with you on. I believe Leonard Floyd is better than Chase Young. Right. But they lost Eric Armstead. We'll see about this D tackle. And the Greenlaw thing, and I don't want to lose a weapon on offense. To your point about Brandon Ayuk, like I'm just not ready to see. I want to see 2 years of consistency with the weapons and Purdy, and then I can make a true evaluation on Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I can't trade Brandon.
Not that I don't think he's good, but you know what I mean. Like let's see the consistency for multiple years.
And here I am. I'm not going to sit here and say we need to trade Deebo Samuel. Oh, trade Deebo Samuel. Trade because of the cap number being $28 million. But if there's a receiver I am trading, if I had to make a choice, I'm keeping Brandon Ayuk, and I'm trading Deebo Samuel because I think that you could find some other Deebo-like type players in this year's draft. There's plenty of guys out here. There's a slew of talent at the wide receiver position. I get all that with Deebo Samuel, but I'm not. If I had to trade one, it's Deebo, not Ayuk. I'm paying Ayuk because of the better route running. I'm paying Ayuk because of the better catch radius. Dude's got 81-inch range with his arms, dude. Wingspan, like he's catching everything. Like the body control, the route running. He could go deep. He can run the intermediate routes. Like the fact that he only got 6 targets in the Super Bowl is not on Brandon Ayuk. It's on Shanahan and Purdy and the rest of this offensive staff to get him the freaking football.
Can I flip the questions on you?
Go ahead.
If this were Mahomes, there would be no doubt in anyone's mind that he'll make it work with whoever the next wide receiver steps up is. Like I remember people were like, "Oh my God, they traded Tyreek Hill," and everyone lost their minds. I believe we were in unison. Like, they'll figure it out.
Right away I said, Kansas City came up.
Right
when they traded Tyreek Hill, I said Kansas City will be A-okay.
And Juju wanted to go play for them, and there were other guys that went there, and they drafted and whatnot. And so I guess the thing I don't know is, do the 49ers believe that Brock Purdy's so good or, good enough to where they could put a lot of different guys out at wide receiver and get solid production?
Well, now's the time to do it. Now's the time to do it. If I have to go pay, so here's my thing.
Because like Gabe Davis just left Buffalo, they think so highly of Josh that they'll find a guy.
And I do. They just signed Curtis Samuel, who had a solid season with the Commanders. I think Buffalo will be fine.
I actually like that move.
Yeah, I do like that move a lot. And they'll probably draft another receiver.
A lot of balls.
Yeah, he did. This is why I'm keeping everybody. Deebo, Ayuk, and going to get me some lightning in the slot alongside Juwan Jennings. I need to see what Brock Purdy is with a lot of weapons. If I'm going to pay Brock Purdy $40 million, let me see it again for another year. Because that's the elephant in the room. Everybody's just out here saying, yeah, we got a franchise quarterback, so let's, is Brock Purdy good enough to elevate an offense right now? You take away Brandon Ayuk. Because Jimmy, anybody can say whatever they want about Jimmy Garoppolo. You go look at the weapons Jimmy Garoppolo had to work with compared to the weapons Brock Purdy has to work with, and it's not even close.
No, they weren't as good.
Not even close, Shasky.
But I also believe Brock Purdy's processing has been better.
I agree.
Regardless of the weapons.
No doubt. But it's not.
But McCaffrey makes a big difference.
You took away Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, and
things look different.
They scored 17.
Well, I'm thinking about when they didn't have Emmanuel Sanders and it was just Deebo, and then you lost Joe Staley and you lost Kyle Juszczyk for how many weeks, and they still scored a lot of points.
Exactly.
I don't know, but that's just a small stretch.
But no, I'm not sure Brock Purdy. Brock Purdy's good, but boy, can he elevate an offense by himself? I'm not ready to see that. I'm not sure I'm ready to go down that road because it could look ugly on the other side.